Alright guys, before we get started, I just wanted to make sure that the volume is going. Okay, so volume is good. Alright, I hope everyone is doing alright whenever you see this. So we're going to be doing some general astrology notes for everyone first real quickly, and then we're going to be getting into the Aquarius and the Pisces reading for February. Alright, we're going to be doing a bones and charms reading for those two signs. I wanted to also say, happy birthday to all the Aquariuses out there that have either already had their birthday or their birthday is coming up. All right. So let's go ahead and go over these astrology notes real quickly. That's general for everybody. And then again, we'll go into both the Aquarius and the Pisces reading for February. So I will be putting in timestamps later for some people after the live is done, who may just want just the Pisces or just the Aquarius reading, okay? All right, so let's see what we have coming up here for everybody for February. So, there's one thing to think about as far as Pluto being, kind of like the theme for the month of February. So there can be a lot of like surprising details like coming through February throughout the month in general for everybody. We have on February 2nd, we have a last quarter moon. On February 5th, we have Mercury enters into Aquarius. Okay, so Mercury is how we communicate with ourselves and each other, right? It can rule electronics, communications of all different kinds, right? So it's going to be entering into air sign Aquarius, all right? And so that's going to be around February 5th. Now, around this time, words may be felt more intensely during this time. There can also be, because Mercury again is communications, and then we're talking about Aquarius, which is known as Uranus energy, is known as, inventive kind of energy, very creative. There can be some things that come out in general in the world, in the news, about IT, about AI, about biotechnology during this time. All right, but just kind of general here. We're going to keep going though. On February 6th, we have Athena Pallas, which is an asteroid, is going to be entering into fire sign Sagittarius. So Athena Pallas, Athena being, wisdom, the Greek goddess of wisdom, but can also talk about defense, talents in the arts, justice, intuition, immune systems. So when it enters into Sagittarius energy, it can bring wisdom, defense, talents in the arts, justice, and intuition with themes of truth, of travel, of education, just to name a few. All right. Now we have also on the same day, on February 6th, Saturn is going to be quintiling Uranus energy. So Saturn is that kind of strict father time energy, and when we think of Uranus, again a ruler of Aquarius, we're thinking of more freedom and expansion and innovation and leadership qualities, okay, but also like outcast kind of rebellious energy too. So when you kind of put those both together, it's a little bit interesting. On the following day, on February 6th, just turn this down a little bit, we have Ceres is going to be entering into Capricorn. So Ceres is much like the Greek goddess Demeter. Okay, so it's going to be about agriculture, nutrition, food, nurturing energy. And when it enters into Capricorn, this is a really nice placement for grounding and getting into kind of those earth energies there. Then on the following day, on February 8th, we have Vesta is going to be going direct. So Vesta rules our aspirations, plans, and goals, okay? So the fact that she's now going direct is a good thing for all of us, right? When it goes in that retrograde motion, things can take longer as far as our aspirations, plans, and goals go. But now with it starting to go direct on February 8th and picking up its normal speed, things can be a little bit easier in general with those things. Now we have on February 9th, there is the new moon in Aquarius happening. So there's going to be a lot of kind of like nervous energy. If we think of, again, Aquarius, it's Aquarius season, right? They're an air sign. A lot of air signs tend to, as a generalization, overthink, or depending on where we have air in our chart, right? So there's kind of like this nervous energy around this new moon in Aquarius, but it could be a good nervous or a bad nervous, right? Or it could be a little bit of both, but it's just something to be aware of. Now, as we keep going, on February 13th, we have Mars is going to be entering into Aquarius as well. So Pluto's already in Aquarius at this point. You know, we said at the beginning of this astrology notes session that Pluto, you know, is going to be a theme throughout the month as far as like surprising, you know, developments happening for all of us kind of collectively. So when Mars, we're talking about Mars energy, this can be entrepreneurship, right? On the higher vibrational kind of frequency of Mars energy and leadership qualities. But on the lower vibrational frequency energy of Mars, it could be fighting and arguments, okay? But once it, you know, kind of joins, when Mars enters Aquarius and it's joining Pluto that's also in Aquarius, it could be for some people that someone, or even you yourself, or multiple people, general environment situation, could do something or could be more bold and do something unexpected. Okay, so again, that's kind of like the theme throughout the month. Not to scare anyone, right? It's just kind of to be aware. Now we have on February 16th, two different things happening. The first one is we have a first quarter moon, and then we also have Venus is going to be entering in Aquarius. So by the time we get to the middle of February here, right, we're going to have Venus, Mars, and Pluto all in Aquarius, okay? So this Venus, when it enters in Aquarius, it can bring up, you know, maybe some, not necessarily issues, but it could bring up some themes of self-image, right? What do we think of our self-image, that kind of stuff. But it also brings in kind of this energy of transitions within our self-image, or transition when we talk about Venus as well, is, you know, love, beauty, balance, justice, all those things, and money, of course. But in particular, when Venus, Mars, and Pluto are all in Aquarius at the middle of the month here in February, it puts kind of like this aspect where it can intensify love and relationship aspects, okay? That can go good or bad, right? It, of course, depends on each person. But again, these are things just to kind of be aware of. So we have 3 more, and then we will get to our reading here. But let's see. So yeah, so that was February 16th, and then on February 18th, the sun is going to move into Pisces, right? So it'll be officially Pisces season by the 18th. And, you know, we also have on the following day here, February 19th, the North Node, or True Node as it's called, True North Node, is going to be in Aries at this time, and it's going to conjunct Chiron, okay? So Chiron is known as the Greek god wounded healer. It's all about healing, and, you know, what's another way to say it? Like opening some wounds that maybe were infected before, metaphorically, of course, hopefully, right? We're not talking about physically, but it could be, but hopefully not. And so then we can heal properly, right? But when we talk about Aries energy, again, that's kind of like the first sign of the zodiac, this kind of go-getter kind of energy, very fiery, of course. And so, you know, when it's conjunct Chiron, there could be themes around kind of stuff with typical Aries themes, okay? So entrepreneurship, leadership. It could be also with the aspect of Chiron, it could be talking about healing, more of the lower vibrational frequencies, okay, which could be that anger, that kind of fighting energy that, you know, is associated with Aries. We all have it, right? It's not just saying that it's only Aries, but that's just, you know, that's one of the aspects, right? So, you know, just something to kind of be aware of if you've got a lot of Aries in your chart. And even if you don't, you've got it somewhere in your chart. Even if you don't see the word Aries, it could be the house associated with Aries, etc. All right, but let's keep going here. So then when we get to towards the end of the month on February 23rd, we have Mercury entering into Pisces. So now at this point towards the end of the month, you know, Mercury again being our communications and how we communicate with ourselves and others is going to be entering into water sign Pisces. So, you know, can be more like emotional communication or creative communication, maybe communications that aren't as clear as we would like them to be because there's still some information missing. But generally, I would say it would be more the positive and be that, again, more of that kind of creative, emotional energy. All right, now when we get the last note here on the following day on February 24th, we have the full moon in Virgo happening, okay? And this full moon in particular, following all these astrology aspects that we just talked about, you know, can bring this vibe or this mood that is very thoughtful. It's more serious in nature. It kind of brings up this nice energy of like a quiet introspection or quiet contemplation for the rest of February. Okay, so you know, anytime we have a full moon, it can be energy felt a couple days before, during, and after, right? Depends on each individual. But even though, you know, February is generally a shorter month calendar wise, you know, starting around the 23rd, 24th, it's going to kind of get into that kind of more thoughtful, kind of serious, quiet contemplation for the rest of the month. Now, the thoughtful, serious aspect can definitely be those Virgo tendencies or qualities, right? But I feel like, you know, following the fast month of January that we had, or it felt fast for me and some of my people, I'm not sure about how you guys felt, and then going into February and kind of the things that we just went over, it feels like by the time we get to the end of February, this is kind of a nice place to kind of just slow down and recharge a little bit before then going into March, okay? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys as far as the astrology notes for everybody for February. All right, so now let's go ahead and you know, get into the energy of Aquarius. Okay, we're gonna be again doing a bones and charms reading this time. So I will take the camera down once I cast and throw the bones and the charms, and then get really close and show you guys what I see. As always, I will be taking a picture as well that I'll upload after this live is done too, for some people just, you know, want to see it quick or whatever. All right, so let's do a quick sound bell and then we'll go ahead and get started here. And so this is a great time to take a couple of deep breaths, check back in with your guides, with my guides, and just kind of get in the energy to receive messages for Aquarius. All right, so this may be a little bit loud for a few moments, and then it will be over with. So if you're sensitive to sound, just turn the volume down a little bit, that kind of thing. All right, so this is going to be for Aquarius for February. So sound, vibrations, also intentions, incense, they're all great ways to clear energy from just ourselves in general. And also if there was any previous readings done, I usually do them in between each sign as well. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it here for Aquarius. So spirits, please guide my hands. Messages for air sign Aquarius, the water bearer for February. Messages for Aquarius for February 2024. What does Aquarius need to see? What does Aquarius need to know for the highest good? Messages for air sign Aquarius for February 2023. Messages for Aquarius. Messages for Aquarius. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for air sign Aquarius. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for air sign Aquarius for February 2023. I'm sorry, 2024. 2024, yes. Messages, yep, for Aquarius for 2024. What do they need to see? Aquarius for February 2024. What do they need to know for their highest good? Aquarius. Messages for the water bearer Aquarius for February. For February 2024. Messages for Aquarius for February. Aquarius. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit. And like I said, I will come closer in a little bit here. I just want to flip over the ones so I know what they are, but you guys can kind of see them a little better. These are good. Right back the way they were, very delicately. Okay. Okay. Stay. I'm like, I'll move those later, because if I do it now, they're all going to shift. Okay. But anyway, let's see here, Aquarius. Let me take a quick picture for just to have, right, of all of it here. Ew. Incense be fallen. Okay, it's all good. We got it. Okay. Closer. Alright. So, let's see here, Aquarius, what we have for you. I'll go ahead and take the camera off and kind of guide us through these bones and charms. Before I do that, though, I do want to kind of see where they want me to start, because it's different for every reading. Let me flip that one too, because it's right there. Okay. Yep, they want it right here. It usually tends to be where the head is, but it's not always. So the skull and the cranium is over here, so that's kind of where they want to start. All right. So let me go ahead now and take this camera off and see if I can kind of get a better view there. Okay. Let's see here, Aquarius. We're starting, of course, with the skull or the cranium, like I mentioned. There's going to be, or already has, you know, had this energy here, Aquarius, where there's going to be a lot of cleaning. You have the witch's broom here kind of sticking out on the side. You can see it like that, okay? You also have maybe the reason why you're going to be doing some clearing, or maybe you already started for some of you guys, is because there's something that feels locked, okay, or that is stuck, or this feeling of being stuck and needing to find answers throughout the month of February, but particularly maybe even in the beginning of February, okay? But there, as you go through this and you do this clearing and these cleansings, whatever rituals that you like to do for those things, right? This is going to bring you more luck, okay? Because you do have, let's just flip it over so you can see it and put it back where it was. You do have the horse, what is it called? The I just lost my train of thought. The horse, it's the thing that they wear on their feet. Why can't I think of the word? I was going to say horseshoe crab because I'm, close to Maryland and Delaware, but that's not what I meant to say. The horse shoe. It's just a horseshoe. What am I tripping? I'm like overthinking. I'm like, it's a shoe. Okay, it's the horseshoe. And then inside we also have, this one has a little tiny ladybug, right? So this is all about the more that you do these clearing and these cleansing energies, Aquarius, it's going to bring you more luck and abundance throughout the month, which is really beautiful. All right, now we have over on this side, I'm just going to move this for a moment here. We do have, your North Star. Oh, there we go. So now you can see. We do have your North Star over here, and it's kind of sitting on top of the doves, the twin birds, which can represent any feelings of peace, right? It can be a romantic love, but it doesn't have to be. I look at it more as like a peaceful kind of energy. And that is also underneath that is our witch friend. So the witch, the way that I like to read it is she is a symbol for some type of friend. Okay, so it could be a friend that's helping you out here. Bring more of this kind of like peaceful energy into your life. Bring more balance into your life as well here, because it was also touching the yin and yang symbol over here as well. Okay, so yeah, a lot of good stuff happening here, and it's like this wishbone here, this turkey wishbone that's on top of it. It's like the more balance and peaceful energy that you feel yourself here in Aquarius throughout the month is going to help you, not only express but possibly manifest those dreams as well. So we'll come back to this section over here because I kind of wanted to start this way and then maybe go that way and around and however it wants to go. All right, so I'm going to just put this back. It was right on the middle there. But yeah, with this alligator claw, hopefully the camera will focus again. Come on, camera. You got too close. Come on, camera. No, yes. Do you want to focus on my ring? Is that better or worse? It looks a little, no, it's still kind of fuzzy. So I'll try to just pull back. Maybe it's just too fuzzy right here. And maybe if I wipe the camera too, sometimes that helps. Nope. Oh, there we go. There's the camera. All right. I'm trying to just not move for a little bit. So, sorry, Aquarius, where were we? So, yeah, we were talking about with this alligator claw being here that was on top of all these charms, but it was kind of resting in between the turkey wishbone. It's like you're going to be striving for and reaching for those wishes and those goals. Okay, so that's really beautiful throughout the month of February. Now to go back over this way, Aquarius, we did have quite a lot of things going on here as well. Now right under your chin here, or the skull of the cranium's chin, we do have the symbol for Saturn. We're going to have a lot of Saturn energy and astrology stuff throughout the whole year of 2024 for everybody. So it could be that there is that kind of more stern father time energy of getting organized and getting things done. It could be something that could help you with that, that's like right under your nose, as they say, or under your chin, literally here, that has a lot of your spiritual team wanting to support you. So here we have the symbol for the angel coin as well. Okay, and what's underneath it is a bicycle. Okay, and also a crown. So with the bicycle and the crown, okay, and we've got the froggy over here, the frog. Here we go. This can talk about possibly doing some type of travel here for you, to make some type of leap of faith as far as maybe making some plans for travel. And it could have something to do with somebody who is in authority or has some type of leadership role, or perhaps that's you, Aquarius. But that energy, you know, is definitely there. I'm just going to kind of put it back the way it was. So with this leap of faith, right, it's like maybe you're not sure if there is kind of some travel things that are going to happen. You're not sure if they're going to happen, number one, and two, how it's going to go down. But there could be somebody who's in authority or higher position, or maybe even just your spiritual team, that's like, go ahead and make that leap of faith so you can do that travel. Okay, now if it's not physical travel, it could also be some type of spiritual travel with the angel coin there as well, or even travel in the astral realm. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody, since again this is a general reading meant for multiple people. But over here we have the symbol of the honeybee that is touching the elephant here, that's touching the mermaid, that's touching the leaf, that's touching the butterfly, right? So this can be, again, all this kind of stuff that you're going to be thinking about throughout the month of February, or that is, yeah, kind of like, maybe not, it's not necessarily touching the head or the cranium, but it is pretty close. Okay, it could be something to do with astrology or collective unconsciousness, or just people in your environment, etc. But the honeybee talks about our individual power and how our power and individuality is felt. Okay, there could be some memories about that one is attached to the elephant here as well. So how do we remember to tap into our innate personal power, or what are our memories of what that felt like if we haven't done that in a while? But what are we really longing for as well with the mermaid here, and how can we, you know, bring about this transformation with the butterfly? So when it's sitting on top of this leaf here, this can be a reference for something to do with the fall. Okay, so as far as seasons go, so it could be something that happened last fall or this fall coming up, or just something again around fall timing or energy of the fall. Okay, but it's very also close to this lion head here. I'm just going to kind of turn him around a little bit so you can see him. But this is also talking about, you know, having the courage to make that transformation. Okay, to again tap into your own personal power, remember what that feels like, and to go for this transformation. Like, you're super strong. Okay, this could be an actual Leo that you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be, or it could be referencing Leo season, but it doesn't have to be. But it's like very close over here to your key. Okay, remember in the beginning we started off with the head and your lock was right next to it. Now your key is over here. It's not that far. So that's why when I was starting to read, it felt like it was going this way, but not really. It wanted me to kind of stay here and then go this way. And I think that's because that's where your key is. So if you wanted to, you know, bring this closer together, right? It's like the more courageous you are, the more passionate or creative, or get into your lion energy and you're roaring, right? Whatever that means for you, or for someone else, general people, multiple people, general environment, situation, then that's when you're going to find those answers that maybe you're looking for here. Okay, Aquarius. Now let's go back over here. So when we have this alligator claw sitting on top of the turkey wishbone, right? Before we talk about all the things that are kind of underneath it, there could be something going on here, Aquarius, that has something to do with family, or parents, or both, or planning for a family, or something here, something with the parents, because we have the seahorse. Okay, so the seahorse is they're hermaphrodites, right? And so they can switch from male to female, but a lot of people would, I guess there's different types of species of seahorse, of course, but anyway, sometimes they're like, oh, the man is having the baby, right? So that's what it means for me when I see this. That's how I interpret it, right? So there could be some kind of, again, wishing or longing or striving for something here to do with family, maybe dreams for your family, for the future, because it's also touching the dragonfly here. But let's go ahead and move this alligator claw and see you know, what else is under here for you, Aquarius. Sorry, I just moved my hand there for a second. Okay, this is easier to point with the pen. So underneath here, we've got another star here. This could be your North Star. We've got the strawberry over here. This is talking about dealing with the details here, Aquarius. It could be that, you know, when we talk about something that we're longing for or wishing for, sometimes it's hard to go over the details, but somebody or some energy wants you to listen, because also underneath it here is the bells. Okay, so listen to the details is definitely something that's showing up here for you. And again, also sitting on top of that yin and yang symbol on this side that we already kind of talked about, the balancing. But yeah, throughout the month here, you could be trying to figure out, you know, where you find your freedom, where you find your home, let's say, okay, because we have the ship anchor here, so you're going to drop anchor when you want to stop, and you're going to lift it up when you want to go. So that's kind of the idea of that freedom and that safety at the same time. Okay, so since it's also touching this animal claw here, which is touching the symbol for Capricorn, could be having something to do with Capricorn energy, Capricorn season, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be the general themes of Capricorn, the goat, right, climbing up the mountain, always striving. So that would make sense too with this animal claw here. Aquarius, I see that there can be, you know, a lot of this masculine energy showing up here for you as well. If we kind of pull the camera back this way, your skull was touching or kind of leaning on, this is the raccoon penis bone, one of them. Okay, and then over here we have the dog ankle bone. So it could be talking about taking action in this kind of masculine energy of going to get things done. Not that feminines don't, but you know, we all have both masculine and feminine. But as far as, that stereotype of just taking kind of that go-getter, more masculine energy, but then pairing it with a flexibility aspect is nice, right? So bones are a support system, but they don't stay still, right? They move with us. So adding this kind of flexibility around this kind of masculine energy here throughout the month, Aquarius, could be really showing up for you as well. There could be something to do with teamwork here too, with the bat on the side, and vibrations, and how bats use echolocation in the caves to talk to each other, right? So it's like, how can I be more flexible? How can someone else? How can the environment? Something like this. It could be a couple, you know, example questions here, Aquarius. But you know, I would say that you have just, and I think I said it already in the beginning, being an air sign, or depending on where you have Aquarius in your chart, that generalization of like overthinking. So, you know, all these things are touching each other that are also touching the skull or the cranium that we started off the reading with. So it's like a lot of stuff is going to be, you know, on your mind, or already is. You know, so just again, think about that kind of helping, letting that friend that wants to help you bring more peaceful energy and balanced energy into your life when maybe there are a lot of things on your mind and you want to take a quick, faster action, but maybe something's saying slow down a little bit and listen to, or go over all the details again with that strawberry over here, underneath the wishbone and the symbol for the charms, okay, or listening, the bells. Now, if we follow here, this animal claw, okay, it's touching the spider and the spider web. This is our symbol for plans for the future, okay? So mapping out where we're going to put our spider web and how we're going to get our food and, yeah, just all the things, okay? So it's like plans for the future here. It's sitting on top of the snake rib bone, okay? So there could definitely be here, Aquarius, this feeling of restriction for some of you guys, not everybody, as far as plans for the future, but it's also telling you to take a breath, okay? So if we think of our ribs, our animal ribs, it's about breathing and needing to breathe, okay? So just kind of remember that throughout. But over here, this is so beautiful, Aquarius. I don't know if you guys can see it with the light here, but this is your buckeye. Okay, this is for money and abundance. And it's sitting right next to and touching the spider web. So it's like you're going to have an abundant future. You're going to have, you know, good money here. So just remember to, if you do feel like things are restrictive at certain aspects, to just kind of slow down and breathe a little bit. And maybe think about, again, what you're digesting. So you've got the human teeth bone over here, okay? And so it's not really touching anything, but it's kind of, the way it landed is like it's towards the end of the snake rib bone here, but it, of course, is not touching it, okay? So it just feels like it's an aspect of that too, like to remember to breathe, but also, you know, what are we chewing on and digesting and marinating and going over, okay? Let me turn this down. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, I just have music, ambient music in the background. It has commercials sometimes. Anyway, now over here, Aquarius, I don't want to forget to talk about this too. So this is just part of the bag. We can move that. But we've got the coffin here, and this is the snake vertebrae. Okay, so for me here, Aquarius, this makes me think about like our spiritual team, but also in particular the people, loved ones, friends and family that may have passed away. Don't forget that that is a source of support for you as well, okay? So whether it's talking to them, you know, before you go to sleep or during your sleep, or doing journaling or meditation, or however you may do that, that is a source of support as well, that a lot of times people, you know, kind of overlook. Not everybody, but it happens, right? Or some people, depending on their age, maybe don't have anybody who's really passed away yet. So it kind of just depends. But I think that that's a beautiful thing for everybody to kind of remember. All right, so going back over here, Aquarius, now I'm going to go ahead and move this, and we're going to see what's under here, because there's a whole lot, and I'm going to have to move it, excuse me, and kind of dig deeper and see, you know, what's going on there. Just get a little bit of water. I think the incense is starting to get to me a little bit. Okay, so let's see here, Aquarius. You got your other human teeth bone right here, okay, that's touching the buckeye, and it's leaning against the second. We have two raccoon penis bones in my kit, if whatever you want to call it, my bones and charms kit. Okay, so again, a lot of masculine energy. You know, could be like two masculine energies throughout the month that, you know, are helping you, or they're showing up in some way. It could be two men, but it doesn't have to be. It could be two females or whatever. Nothing about gender, but just that kind of masculine energy that we were talking about. But you're thinking about, you're chewing and digesting, again, how can I have more freedom here with the Pegasus that's kind of touching, I'm just move it for a second, touching the human teeth bone here as well. You've got another bumblebee here, okay, so that is talking about your individuality and your individual power, how you can serve a common goal, like if you're getting the honey for the queen bee, but also your individual power as well. Underneath here, I can see already what it is, but I'm going to flip it. We've got here, Aquarius, your Cupid. Okay, so this is kind of the symbol, or my symbol, for romantic love here. Okay, it doesn't have to be, it could be different types of love, platonic, friends and family, but it feels more of that romantic kind of aspect. So, well, before I say it, let me get all of them out here. So you also have, this is the coyote claw right next to the feather here. And then you can see over here that we have the lightning bolt. Sorry guys, hold on a second. Hey, that's enough. Okay, okay. We got the lightning bolt over here, guys. And we have the fork here, okay. And then we've got the turtle. I'm going to just flip the turtle so you can kind of see. Oh, see. That happens sometimes. Okay. So it was kind of like that. All right. And we've got another coyote claw here as well. So, you know, Aquarius, there is, trying to think of it, there's again feeling of digesting and going over our diet, okay, with the fork. Not only, we kind of already talked about it somewhere else, like our physical diet is important, what we put into our body or don't put into our body, but it's also our spiritual diet and our mental diet, like what are we feeding ourselves, okay? So that's something that you could be thinking about or marinating or going over throughout the month of February. I also see a lot of striving here and wanting to slow down in some way in regards to one of those diets, okay? Because we have the coyote claw here touching the turtle as well. You could be receiving a lot of ideas here throughout the month of Aquarius, throughout the month of February, Aquarius, about, again, your physical diet, your spiritual diet, and your mental diet, okay? Now, this could be something that a romantic person is helping you get in touch with. It doesn't have to be, or if it's not romantic, it could be friends and family or even self-love. But I see it kind of like fueling each other, okay, or going back and forth in some way. So I'm going to just put this back the way it was. All right. Now, also striving again for a lot of clearing. Now, we said in the beginning of the reading that you had that witch's broom, you know, connected to the cranium or the skull, so that's that clearing. Right now you've got clearing over here again as far as something that you're reaching for and striving for, okay? And they were kind of in between, again, these two raccoon penis bones, okay? And then of course the Pegasus was like this, right? Now over on the side here, I don't want to get too close because then the camera might stop focusing, but we also have there could be some kind of masculine teacher or masculine leader or leadership role, if it's you here, Aquarius, that wants to bring more prosperity into your life, okay? So here we have the symbol for a teacher, right? The apple for the teacher. We've got the prosperity fish, and we also have the coyote penis bone over here. So that's that masculine kind of energy or teamwork kind of energy. When we're talking about coyotes, they are pack animals as well. They work together, right? If you see one coyote out in the wild, just like wolves, there's usually a lot more that you can't see. Now over here, Aquarius, I feel that all these things are blessed, right? Because let's not forget that your rabbit's foot was sitting on top of all this stuff right here. So it's like good luck throughout, okay? So that's beautiful. I just kind of moved it over so we could see what was underneath it. Now there could be here, Aquarius, a Pisces person or someone that has a lot of Pisces in their chart, or it could be referencing Pisces season of this year, of last year, of next year, etc., that wants to bring a lot of healing into your life, or is going to bring a lot of healing into your life. Okay, because we've got the Pisces twin fish symbol here, and it's right next to the lizard, or yes, the lizard. Okay, so regrowing its tail. So that's a beautiful kind of healing aspect that I see. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move this back over, and we'll just move the camera a little bit this way. Now, Aquarius, there's something that either you need to listen to, or you're already listening to, okay? That has maybe something, again, to do with that flexibility that we talked about with the dog ankle bone and the bats and the vibrations and the echolocations, because this seashell was pointing down on top of the other human teeth bone here, okay? So it could have something to do with your plans, your goals, the things that bring you hyper focus, and that you want to attack over here, as far as get to those goals and plans, things for the future. With the symbol of Sagittarius, could be Sagittarius, doesn't have to be your Sagittarius season, but again, it's just like pulling back that arrow and going for whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life. So it could be that you're listening for those things, okay? You're listening to the vibrations and you're chewing it over and going over it, with the human teeth bone over here as well, okay? Now, when we go this way here, Aquarius, we've got a little bit of this kind of irresponsibility energy that is touching the nutmeg. Okay, so this can be a little bit, not for everybody, but for some people, some aspect of somebody or an energy, if it's not a person, being a little bit irresponsible with some money here. Okay, so it could just be like getting back on track within the budget, or something like this. But if you look at, if we pull back here, your Buckeye is over here. This is your bigger, let's say, source of money or abundance, and this one's a smaller one, so I don't feel like it's a huge thing, but it's like, okay, we could probably be a little bit more responsible with some of our money here, even if we think it's, oh, just a little bit of money that we may be irresponsible with. It could be just something we need to, yeah, be aware of. And I think that somebody here wants you to listen, right? Again, it could be passed on loved ones, okay, over there with the coffin. It could be angel spirit guides with the angel coin here. They maybe want you to listen more to that, so they can just kind of help you be a little bit more responsible. Or if it's not necessarily them wanting those things, your spiritual team for you, it could also just be someone who's alive and around you that wants you to have and feel more safe and have more good luck and things for the future. So maybe this is just their way of saying that they care, okay? Or maybe no one says this to you and you just kind of discover this yourself or remember this and you're like, oh yeah, maybe there is this kind of aspect of my spiritual team wanting to bring these things closer in for me, okay? Now, it wasn't exactly touching here, Aquarius, the skeleton arm that I have over here, a hand, okay, but that is like another symbol for ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, etc., passed on loved ones. But there could be something here with the cat eye that you're not seeing or they're not seeing, as far as, again, maybe they want you to have more safety, they want you to have more good luck and abundance in your life, but maybe they feel that those things are still like a little bit further away or harder to grasp, but it could have something to do with the past, okay? Because the last kind of symbol here that we're going to go over, Aquarius, is, sorry, let me do it like this so you can see it, is a hummingbird right here. Now it is all kind of by itself. It was like underneath the Sagittarius and goals and plans for the future symbol, and the human teeth bone, and the other seashell that we were talking about, and then it's in between also that cat eye. Okay, so if there is something that maybe we're not seeing around irresponsibility regarding money or abundance, or just whatever it is we want to manifest in our life, if there's a little bit of irresponsibility here, it could be going back over something from the past, or not necessarily caring what other people think. So hummingbirds fly backwards, right? I always kind of joke around saying that other birds may be like, what is that bird doing? It's going the wrong way. But they're the fastest birds, okay? So even though they're doing something that's not traditional, like flying forwards, they're going after and being really successful regardless, right? So it could be literally that spirit in some way here, Aquarius, wants you to go backwards over something in the past, or it could also be that they just want you to not necessarily care what other people think, and do kind of like what's best here for you. But I would say generally overall, I'm just pull back here, Aquarius. This is a really beautiful reading, and I like to see it here for you, especially during Aquarius season. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, or if you feel like some of this is already ringing true, or anything you want to share or say, always feel free to comment on YouTube or even Facebook, and let me know, or check back in with me later and let me know if you feel guided. But the picture that I took, I will be, I think I took 2 or 3 to get all the little details. I will be uploading that later online if you want to see it. It's for free, and it's be on my Facebook page for Malessea's Magic Light. And once you see this video posted, it's usually in the comments under that. But yeah, thank you guys so much, Aquarius. We're going to go ahead and switch over to Pisces energy now. Okay, so we're going to do some clearing, clear the energy from Aquarius to now Pisces. Okay, I can't necessarily see my timestamps yet for some reason. Let's see. I had to like redo my computer earlier and do all these updates and all these things, and for some reason when I'm looking at my screen I can't see the timestamps. Well, I'll figure it out later. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just put the camera back where it was for a little bit, and we'll go ahead and clear the energy for Pisces. Alright. Here. Nope. Okay, whatever. It's just going to be there for a minute. Okay. So, no, that was beautiful, Aquarius. Not a bad reading at all. There's always good and bad, right? It just depends on your perspective. Alright, so let's go ahead. I would like to put the heavier ones in first. Don't want anything really to break if we can help it. Put everything in the magic bowl so it can be cleansed. Alright, where is my bag? There we go. Okay. We got that for a second. And we'll do our sound bell and then get started here for Pisces. And let's see. Sorry guys, one second. Yeah, I was trying to see if YouTube will tell me on my YouTube how long we've been going live, but I don't know what it'll say. 53 minutes. Okay, so I'm not sure how long I was doing the astrology notes, but we'll figure out the timestamps later. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our sound bell here for Pisces. This is a great moment to check back in with our spirit guides, to take a couple of deep breaths if we feel guided, to check back in with our body, all the things like that. And it's a good way for me too to make sure that I am delivering the messages as clearly as possible to you guys. All right, so if you're sensitive to sound, just turn it down a little bit, and we'll go ahead and get ready for Pisces here. All right, this is for Pisces, February 2024. Let's go ahead and see what we got for Pisces. Trying to just turn the music up a little bit. Oh, I was still on YouTube, that's why. I was like, where's the music? Okay. It's just a little ambient music in the background for the dogs and for myself. Alright. Spirits, please guide my hands. Messages for water sign Pisces, the twin fish, for February 2024. Messages for Pisces, water sign Pisces, for February 2024. What does Pisces need to see? What does Pisces need to know for their highest good? Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Pisces. Water sign Pisces for February 2024. Messages for Pisces. What does Pisces need to see, to know for their highest good? Vibration. Pisces. Messages for Pisces for February 2024. Messages for Pisces for February 2024. Messages for Pisces. Alright. Interesting. When I was doing that, Spirit, for whatever reason, was like having me go in this weird circle. So I just do kind of what they're telling me. Alright. Let's flip over any of them real quickly, just so you guys can see more clearly what they are. And we'll take our picture, of course. I feel like I'm doing some kind of intense surgery. I don't want to mess anything up. Okay. That's that. What else? We can flip this one. There. Anything else? I think that was good. Alright, let me take a picture and we'll get started. Pisces! Alright. Come on, camera. Okay. Alright, Pisces, let's see what we got here for you. Where they want me to start. right here. Okay. Of course, I think that's where the head is. Yep, that's the head. Okay. Well, let's start there, Pisces. Thinking a lot about protection and plans for the future here, Pisces. Okay. Let me take the camera off here and show you guys closer, like we did for the other one. I don't get too close because it won't focus. There we go. Try to stay like that. Okay, so we got the skull here. This is what's on your mind or someone's mind, right? Depending on where and how much Pisces you have. Somewhere in your chart, you got it somewhere. But it's so beautiful here, Pisces. It's like the cranium or the skull is sitting right on top of the Norse symbol for protection. So thinking a lot about protection and also making some type of leap of faith, but while maybe also being protected, because you have the leapfrog over here. Okay, that's right at the end of the symbol of protection. So not only are you thinking about throughout the month of February here, Pisces, protection, you're also striving for how to find your safety within your plans for the future. Okay, because I don't know if you can see, but if we move this over a little bit, you've got your safety pin here underneath the animal claw that's also touching the spider and spider web, which is also touching the wishbone. Okay, so it's like, how do I, again, make some type of leap of faith while still being protected? How do I find my safety within my plans and wishes and dreams and hopes for the future? And I feel like here, Pisces, you're doing this well, or you will be doing this well throughout the month too, because I feel like you are taking the time to breathe. Okay, so with the snake the snake rib bone underneath the Norse symbol of protection here, right here, it's like you are breathing throughout. Okay, you are also here, Pisces, just move this over for a second. You've got your raccoon penis bone underneath here as well, the first one in the reading. So it's a lot of masculine energy as far as, getting something done in a more physical way or in the 3D way, perhaps for some. Okay. Turn this down. And so it could also be that you're listening to, or you're going to be listening or hearing messages from a lot of men, or again, people that have a lot of masculine energy. I myself am not a man, right? But I got a lot of masculine energy. So we all have both. Now, this is so sweet here, Pisces, as well. You've got the hummingbird is touching the raccoon penis bone, and underneath it is the mermaid. We've got a fish, and we've got our key here. Okay. So throughout the whole month, though, again, remember this rabbit's foot was sitting on top of you, listening to whatever this masculine energy is. Okay, the rabbit's foot is also touching everything that we talked about over here so far for the month. So it's like, if you, or if someone or the energy here kind of embraces going backwards, or embraces their own way of doing things with the hummingbird here, that the things that you long for and the prosperity and answers that you want in your life, like, you can get those things, and you're going to get those things. It could also be that the key over here is pretty close to the teacher's apple. So there could be something about teaching or about leadership roles for you yourself or someone else, or you could find even more answers and prosperity if you had like a teacher or mentor or a guide. Okay. But I do feel that you're thinking about all these things, and you are taking the time to breathe and maybe look at both like the positive and the negative, like, how do I stay safe but also not too safe, so where I can still make some type of leap of faith and not get too comfortable. Now I do see here, Pisces, that maybe you feel throughout the month that you don't have the support either financially, I'm hearing, but it could also, yeah, it feels more financial. Maybe you don't have the finances to travel yet this month, or it could be that it has something to do with, if it's not finances, or it could be both, like something to do with your transformation that's like not making it possible yet for you to travel, if it's like a bigger trip or something. Not saying that you won't go anywhere. I mean, you know, you can travel in your mind and you can travel to your local stores and whatever, but yeah, there's a little bit of like the separation between these bones and charms here. Okay, so that kind of is just like what I'm seeing. It doesn't necessarily feel, well, we'll get to it later. We'll go back over it. Because you've got your money and your abundance like all the way over here. And they're kind of separate from everything else. So it doesn't mean that you won't have those things, but it's just like that's not like a super focus, you know, in some ways, like throughout the month. Like there's other things, not that money isn't important, it's definitely important and we need it, but there's other things like more like front and center here for you Pisces. I feel that there's this really feminine, creative energy, Capricorn energy perhaps, or the symbol for Capricorn of the goat always traveling up the hill, and this kind of feminine, creative, listening energy wants to bring you more balance, or is going to bring you more balance here with the yin and the yang. Also wants to, or is going to bring you more good luck as well, with the horseshoe and the ladybug here. It could be that this feminine energy here as well, Pisces, perhaps wants you to go a little bit slower, okay, with the turtle over here by its side. So going slower to listen, or to be more creative, to continue to go up the mountain, to continue to balance, continue to kind of focus on the good luck and all that. But now we have over here, Pisces, you've got your twin, your two doves, right? A symbol for peace around the fork. Okay, so it could be that your spiritual, mental, and physical diet is going to be very peaceful, or that's something that you're striving for, or that your spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, people, even living family, friends want for you. Okay, because we do have the skeleton hand over here, and I'll just flip over. This is the ship anchor, right? So they want you to find more freedom and safety at the same time, and the closer that you know, get into that energy, then it's really close to, again, more money and luck and abundance and whatever it is you want to manifest in your life. So of course, the more free that we feel and safe at the same time, then it's going to be easier to kind of bring those other aspects in. Perhaps this is something that, you know, your spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors want you to marinate and focus on with the human teeth bone over here, the tooth. And so yeah, it's kind of like all, you know, coming together here. But let's keep going back over here where we were. So we kind of like started the reading here, and then we went up, and then we went over and down, and now we're gonna go back up this way. All right, Pisces, there is something that you are going to remember, or you've already remembered, that's really like important as far as who you are as a person. Okay, so we've got this symbol, Pisces symbol, the twin fish. Okay, just gonna move it out so you can see, and it's touching the elephant. So there's something here really integral, important to who you are as a person, and it could be something that a friend reminds you of. Okay, with the witch here, and this seashell was on top of the witch. It was just kind of flipped over. Okay, so there could be a friend that comes in here and is like, hey, what about your individual power, right? With the honeybee, what are you striving for? Excuse me, what are you longing for? What brings you peace, right? How do you remember to be excuse me, more of yourself, or more you, right? And again, even if you're not a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, Pisces, ascendant, whatever, right? We all have Pisces somewhere. So if it's not like, how do I be more Pisces? It can be, if that doesn't resonate with you, how can I be more creative? How can I be more emotionally healthy, right? There's so many different ways that you can look at it. But ultimately here, Pisces, I feel that you are striving and thinking about where your North Star is, and how you can move forward in your life and be yourself, but also not be kind of scared to sting somebody or sting someone. I don't know why I'm saying that, but that's what's coming through, right? So over here on the other side of this alligator claw, we've got another bee, okay? And it's kind of, it's a different looking bee than the other one, and it's got this little stinger, right? So it's like, yeah, I can be really sweet, right, Pisces? But if I need to, I can also sting you. So that's for somebody, not for everybody, for somebody that was coming through. Now, you know, on your way here, Pisces, you know, to finding your true north, there's again a lot of like masculine energy up here with this raccoon penis bone, okay? This could have something to do with, again, taking more physical action in the 3D world as an example, but it doesn't have to just be that. But there is a clearing that needs to happen, because it's interesting, Pisces. Let me pull it down this way. You've got the seashells or feminine energy. So you've got feminine energy here, here, and here. And then you got the masculine here and over here. So it's kind of like a nice balancing, but they still, your spirit guides or even passed on loved ones here with the coffin really need you to be more flexible, and they need you to keep doing the clearing. So under the dog ankle bone is the feather for clearing, right? So they want you to keep doing your clearings. Everybody's rituals or things that they do to clear are different. So just be flexible and keep clearing whatever that, you know, means for you here, Pisces. But your ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, past on loved ones, they want you to feel more freedom. They support you, and they're giving you vibrations whether you feel it or not. With the bat here, they want to give you strength and courage and passion and creativity for your dreams. They're really kind of urging you here too, Pisces, to go over the details. Something about the fall being really important as far as a season. So it could be last fall, this fall coming up, or even next year. Something about fall time when the leaves are falling, right? Then there can also be this person or figure or energy that has some kind of power or authority, perhaps over your goals, dreams, and aspects for the future. What is it, Hermes? Why are you whining? Come here. Don't be whining during the reading. You're fine. Sorry guys. So there could be somebody that's going to help you with this. It could be a Leo or a Sagittarius or some kind of fire sign with the Leo symbol here and Sagittarius symbol, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be getting more fired up and physical in the body and passionate about those things. Or maybe some person of authority here is going to do that for you. What are you doing, Hermes? Showing off? Okay. You crying, looking out the window. You're fine. Sorry, guys. So let's go back up this way, though, here, Pisces, and talk about this little section of your reading as well, okay? Come a little closer here. So we already talked about all that, okay? But we also have, what is under this? I can't remember. Let's see. Okay. So just turn this over because it doesn't really have a reversal. It's either this side or the other side. But this is your symbol for angel coin, right? For angels. It was covering up, right? Saturn energy. It was covering up a locked energy, and it was covering up ideas, okay? Now that was right next to the coyote penis bone, which was also touching the human tooth bone, okay? So it's like going over, digesting some kind of masculine energy that could feel like it's highly divinely guided on one side, and on the other side it could also feel like this very constrictive Saturn energy that I said before for a lot of us is going to happen throughout the whole year for 2024. So father time, strict kind of more getting things done energy, and feeling perhaps maybe some of you guys feel more locked because of that, okay? But there's ideas that you're going to get if you work through that energy, okay? So like, don't give up, right? So some of this reading is like stuff for February, and some of it could be like for the whole year here, Pisces, depending on how you look at it. But it's beautiful, right? Because a lot of times when we are more challenged or we're not in our comfort zone, then it breaks up energy and ideas can come to us with the lightning bolt here, okay? Now over here, just take one off the other. I thought that was so cute when I was flipping them earlier, Pisces. So you've got the lizard that was laying on top of the dragonfly. So it's like healing and dreams go together. Healing and your dreams for the future go hand in hand together. So the more that you heal, right, generally for everybody, the more that you're going to get closer to your dreams, whatever it is you want to manifest in your life as well. So that's so sweet. Now over here, Pisces, I would say this is the only part really of your reading that I can think of so far that is really telling you what you need to clear perhaps throughout the month of February, okay? Something to do with family. So we see the seahorse, okay, laying right on top of the witch broom. So you could be thinking about, how do I have clearing and cleansing within my family, or ideas about parents or being a parent or something with family here, right? But is also really, I feel like you already know this, okay? It could have, again, masculine energy because the coyote penis bone is touching the tooth, and I'm pretty sure, if not touching, they're very, very close. Yes, Nefertiti, it's my kitty cat, to the broom and the seahorse. So again, clearing something within the family, or doing clearing rituals with each other within the family. But really beautifully on top of that too, like it was like this, right? Was Pisces, you've got another North Star, or symbol for happiness, your star, and it's connected to Cupid, okay? So that's usually my symbol for romantic love, but it doesn't have to just be that. It could be platonic love with friends or family, or even self-love. So even though maybe there's some clearing that needs to happen within the family and doing more cleansing rituals about family or parents or parenting or something here, there's also some love there and some happiness. So that's really beautiful, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you, Pisces. I don't think, did I take a picture? Let me double check, y'all. Let's double check before I put everything away. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. So I will post the picture for this one and for Aquarius free on my website, on Facebook, on Malessea's Magic Light. If you want to look at it more up close in detail, or just look at it again later throughout the month. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much. I will put in the timestamps after this video is done as well. And I'll be taking a break, and then I will be coming back in a little bit with Aries and Taurus, and then we're going to go through the rest of the signs kind of in order for February. So you're always welcome to come to those as well. But if not, you guys take care, and always feel free to let me know in the comments, either on YouTube or Facebook, or TikTok or whatever, wherever I put all this stuff, anything, or if you just want to say hi too. But thank you guys so much as always, and take care. I will see you later. Bye.